Hello everyone, welcome to Sports Source, your normal source for sports, and today is the trade deadline of Episode 3 of the NHL 19 franchise mode with the Arizona Coyotes. Now, first off, I'm making this trade. I'm trading Goligoski. He's got a big salary. We don't need him. He doesn't fit our plans. He's old. This is his peak value, and we gotta get rid of him right now at the deadline. To the Florida Panthers for a second-round pick. Cliff Poo, just a mid-level prospect, medium top 9, good sniper, should be a good player for us, pretty fast, and a 5th-round pick. Now, the reason that I chose to trade to the Florida Panthers is because their draft picks are on the block. They're trying to make a push. As you can see, their defensive core is kind of weak. They really need him. And on that power play, I checked, and they actually have Pisak on their power play, and he's not the best guy to have on your power play. So I feel like this just strengthens their team. It makes sense for both sides. I feel like we could squeeze in that 5th-round pick, but if not, we'll just drop it. See if this trade goes through. Rejected. Okay, so can we squeeze in... Actually, we're just going to do it like this. So a second and Cliff Poo. I think this is a very good trade, and bang, we just made that trade. We maybe could have tried to squeeze in a 6th and be greedy, but we'll take what we can get. We'll call up our defenseman, Knauton, and we'll just make some line changes, and let's just do it. Let's just get this season over with, and let's just play some hockey. So this is the team we're going with for the last. Ooh, we'll put Schmaltzy in on the power play. I mean the shootout. But here's the end team. This is the team we're rolling with, and you know that third line is kind of our biggest weakness. So our team right now. This is the team that we're going to roll with, our AHL team. We're just going to do best lines because they lost one of their best defensemen down there. So that's probably going to hurt them if that AHL team is going to make a playoff run. But as you can see here, we are 1-8-1 on our last 10 games. So we're hopefully trying to drop down our draft pick value, or our draft pick, so that we get that first overall pick or our top 3 pick, or just try to get the best pick we can get. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are the 9th worst team right now with 63 points. I'm just going to tally that down so that I remember, because I like to keep track of this stuff to kind of know how good we did. So in 62 games, we had 63 points, and we were 9th in the league right now. And if we go over to Florida, the big team that we traded with, right now they are the 11th team. 11th team in the league. They have 72 points in 60 games played. So here we are. Clayton Keller's got lots of points on the board. And let's just finish off the season. And actually, our next game is against the Florida Panthers, so that's kind of funny. So we're going to slow sim this game, obviously, because it's against our former team. Or it's against Goligoski, so kind of a bit of a rivalry, I guess. And plus, Arizona and Florida have made a lot of trades recently. And Osterley, our newest, or no, it was Knauton that was the newest addition. But that bottom defensive pairing is playing some work. Second period, Dadonov gets it there. And 4-2, Keller gets a point, but wasn't enough as Hoffman, Shervor, and Dadonov. But if we look at this team, man, this is kind of going to be funny. So Yandel was formerly on the Arizona Coyotes. If we scroll down here, McGinn was formerly an Arizona Coyote. We also have Goligoski, obviously. And then if you look at our team, on former Florida Panthers, we got down here, I think Jason Demers was a Florida Panther. I'm pretty sure that, let me just go down, Lawson Krause was drafted by them. So, you know, there's some ties to this organization, but we lost that game pretty hard. I'm hoping that we keep losing. I know it's kind of bad to say because we're in a playoff spot right now and we have an easy schedule coming up, but I'm just kind of going to roll with the sim. Whatever EA gives us, we'll take it. If we make the playoffs, cool. If we don't, that's all right too. And we're just simming here. We're losing games. We have a lot of shootout losses. We have 11 overtime losses, so that's 11 extra points to our total. So that's an easy game. That's a moderate one. That's a hard game. That's a moderate game. That's a hard game. So next 5 games, pretty tough schedule in the next 5. We're on the road right now, and we lose 2 on the road. We come back home and we win against the Anaheim Ducks, and we win against the Edmonton Oilers. So it seems like we're a better home team. We're going to view the draft class after. And we lose there. So against Florida again, might as well slow submit. They've been killing it. Look at that, 37, 23, and 13. They're jumping up in the ranks because they have Jordan Staal as well, who they acquired. So that team is looking like a contender. First period, Shervor and Staal, and then 2-5. We got a goal from Kraus and Dvorak, and then Staal, Trocheck, and McGinn just came in, and we lost 6-3. Schmaltz got a point, but wasn't enough for the dub. So let's see our next couple games. So that's an easy game, easy game, easy game, harder game, harder game. So we have 3 easy games here. So if we lose against the easy teams, then that would be good. We win, and we win, and we lose. So now we got some 2 hard games coming up against Colorado Avalanche, who we lose to, and the Minnesota Wild, who we lose to. Now we are below 500 right now. We are 33, 34, and 12. I'm going to slow sim this last game of the regular season, but against LA is a tough team. We lose. Vegas is a very tough team. We lose. We are on a 3, 4, 5. We are on a 5-game losing streak going in to our last game of the regular season. And there's a couple things I want to look at before we end it. One, I want to look at how Florida's doing. So Florida, they're 9th, okay. But where are we in terms of losing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are the 5th worst team in the league. So if we lose this game, actually this is a must-lose game because there's a 4-way tie right now. So this is actually a must-lose game. We're already on a losing streak with our team how it is. But we're just going to make some goofy lines. So Merkley, you deserve this. Our forwards are probably not going to get those extra points. But that's okay. We're just going to kind of flip-flop everything around. So there you go. Power play. And we're going to start. Oh, there we start Kemper and net. So here we go. Hopefully we get this loss so that we can get the 4th worst odds in the draft. Lottery. It's still not for sure. You know, there's still the lottery, which could either screw us over or save us. First period, it's tied 1-1. Keller got a point on the 4th line. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of good because our first power line is matched up against their Winnipeg's 4th line. So, it's bittersweet. But Tanev and Scheifele get some points, and we finish off 4-2. So, still competitive. Keller got 2 goals. I think that was his 40th goal of the year. Dang, Keller got 40 goals. Okay. And we solidify our spot there as one of the worst teams in the league. We're going to sim. Yeah, we're going to stop the simulation right there. We're just going to take things slow. We're going to look at the standings, see everything. So, let's see how... So, Pittsburgh, Winnipeg, Toronto, Boston, Anaheim are the top 5 teams in the sim. Florida. So, they played 22 games. So, in 22 games, they got 26 points. And they jumped from 11th in the league to 7th. So, they are solidifying themselves as a contender. And if we scroll down all the way down here, we see our team. So we finish off with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th odds in the draft. We got 15 points in 22 games, and we went from 9th worst to 6th worst. So it's kind of a rip. Goals for though, 10, 11, 12. So we were the 12th best goals for. So offense wasn't that bad, and it was mostly carried by Keller, obviously with his 40-goal season. Goals against, 9th. So we got a lot of goals against our defense, and we really need to find that goaltender of the future. Power play. It was fairly decent, as we have the 18th best power play, so not that great actually. And our penalty kill was one of the worst in the league. So let's go over here to see some statistics. Clayton Keller, 40 goals. Now, I know he's a playmaker, but if he could get these kind of points next year, that's going to be special. So that first line really carried. Great shooting percentage, 40 goals, 36 assists. And obviously him and Galchenyuk played off each other so well. Galchenyuk had 67 points, 21 goals, and 46 assists. Schmaltz got 57 points, so that's really good production out of that first line. We're probably going to keep them together next year if they do that kind of production. Oliver Ekman-Larsson did pretty good as well. Derek Stepan, who, I mean, he could be on the way out because he's got that big contract, but I don't think he's going to stay with us for 3 more years. He's 28. He's a pretty good player, but we'll have to see how our future does. And Christian Dvorak with 52 points on the year. That's very good. If he could just keep that up for next year, he'll be a very solid second liner. Richard Panik actually finished off with 44 points. I didn't think he was going to do that good. And I'm very curious to see something. So, If we go to Pittsburgh, who this one guy told me to trade for Gunsel. Obviously, Gunsel, a little bit out of my range. He did get 50, or yeah, he did get 54 points though. If we go to the Rangers, he also said for me to get Vesey and Jimmy Vesey, and Jimmy Vesey only got 23 points. Obviously, he was probably on a bad line, but still, that would not have been a good trade. And if we go to Nashville, Wayne Simmons finished off with 49 points. So, honestly, not that bad of a season for our boys. I'd even finish out checking out the stats. What am I doing? Let's go all the way down here. Fisher did all right. Hinostroza. Overall, pretty decent team. I'm happy with that production of Chychrun. Plus 19, 28 points as a 21-year-old defenseman. He's the future of our defensive core. And if we look at goalies, Ranta, he really dropped off. He was looking pretty good, but going forward, he's still probably going to be our starting goalie for next year. But the years following, kind of sketchy. But if we go to the playoff picture, these are the matchups. I'm rooting for Florida to go all the way. And that's about it. We're going to do some predictions right off the hop. Winnipeg, St. Louis. I got St. Louis. Dallas and Minnesota. I'll go with Minnesota. And then between Minnesota and St. Louis, I'll take St. Louis. Vegas, LA. We'll go with Vegas. Anaheim, Nashville. We'll go with Anaheim. And then I'll take Anaheim to go to the final against St. Louis. And then Anaheim will be in the Stanley Cup final. Pittsburgh and Montreal will go with Pittsburgh. Columbus and Philly will go with Columbus. So I have Pittsburgh going to the Cup final. Panthers in the second round. Tampa in the conference finals as well. I forgot to check out the stats actually on the year. I want to check out the whole league just to see how Keller's season held up with the whole league. Vladimir Tarasenko finished off with only 91 points as the leading scorer, which is very surprising. 45 goals, 46 assists. If we go down here, Voracek did good. Parise did really, really good. And, a pretty good season for Clay and Keller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he was 11th in points, which is pretty good. Corey Perry had a monster season. This is prime Corey Perry. This isn't the Corey Perry we all know today. 4th in goals for Keller, though. Not too shabby. Assists, yeah, no one's going to be really up there because we don't really have too many playmakers. And if we go over here to goalies, Matt Murray had a monster season. 10 shutouts, really good save percentage, really good winning. That's just really good for him. Yeah, Antti Ranta's not there because he's not an elite goalie. That's just that. And oh my gosh, it's a tie. So Pettersson, who has high elite potential, has an 87 first line forward. He's tied with Colin White for the Calder. So we'll have to see how that turns out, the Calder race. And rookie goalies, was there any? Malcolm Subban, how many games did he even play? He was just a backup. Actually, Carter Hart was a starting goalie. And, pretty decent. So we're just going to sim to the end of the playoffs. I want to get to the draft in this video, scout some prospects, and then you guys are going to tell me some stuff going into the draft. We're going to see who wins the Stanley Cup. I'm rooting for Florida. Oh, I also want to see Goligoski's regular season stats. So if we go over here, we're going to go to statistics. Anaheim's up 2-0, by the way. That's all I saw. So let's go to Florida. See how... I think he had 14 points in 64 games or something. No, he had 62 games and 14 points. So he finished off with... Oh, he played 84 games. 22 points. I think he had 15 and 22. So that's a really good production from him. He only got 14 and 64 with us. So I'm happy with that performance out of him. The playoff tree is looking like that. It's not updated. Oh, there we go. Florida's tied. And the season is complete for the AHL team. I'll stop right here. Just do a quick checkup. So here... Florida got eliminated. That's such a rip. I don't even care anymore. Michael Chaput, 3 goals in 3 games. What a beast. What a tank. Oh yeah, I want to talk about some prospects. So Barrett Hayden should probably get the nod next year on the 4th line at least. I'm not really sure what to do about free agency. This episode, I'm planning on going to the draft. The next episode will be the draft and off season, and then the episode after that will be free agency and the start of the NHL season. So, essential draft scoutings. I just want to see who won the cup, I'm going to be completely honest. And then we're going to look at some awards, and then we're we're going to go to the draft and then call it an episode. I'm not sure how long this episode's been going on for, but thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Simulating. And Columbus won the Stanley Cup. That's surprising. The cap has been raised, so that's good for our team. If we go here, so Columbus won the cup, so I guess those acquisitions did really work out. Duchesne and Dzingel and all of them, so those haters can back off. Nashville made it to the cup final. Yeah, Anaheim wasn't even close. Yeah, my predictions were way off. Don't look at the predictions, it was just for fun. Let's look at some awards here. Stanley Cup champion, Columbus Blue Jackets. What a turn of events. As you can see, in the past 4 years, each team has been from the same division, the Metropolitan Division, Columbus, Washington, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh won the President's Trophy, with Clarence going to Nashville for the second time in 3 years. And then Prince of Wales, Columbus Blue Jackets. Haven't they never won a playoff series, and then now they make it to the Cup final? It's kind of fishy. Art Ross goes to Tarasenko. Tarasenko with the Hart. First-time winner for both of that. Drew Doughty with the Norris. He's won that at least 2 times before, as I can see in the previous winners. I wish the list went on more, but he's at least got 2 Norrises now to his name. Tarasenko with the Liebing, first time winning that. Calder went to Colin White. So they didn't give it to Patterson, they gave it to Colin White. I wonder what the tiebreaker was for that. I think it was goals, because on the point list it said Colin White was higher. But anyways, Conn Smythe, Bobrovsky, yeah, he'd be the Conn Smythe if they won the Stanley Cup for sure. Vezina went to Connor Hellebuck. It didn't go to Matt Murray, so that's kind of surprising. William M. Jennings went to Tuukka Rask. Okay. Danny DeKeyser with the Bill Masterton, which is the weirdest trophy in NHL 19 because, like, Danny DeKeyser, is just so random. Frank Selke went to Jordan Stahl. Not really a surprise there. Florida seemed to pick him up, so that was a good acquisition for them, it seems like. Ted Lindsay, Tarasenko, so that first-time winner for that. And, of course, Maurice Richard, the Ovechkin Trophy, 4 times in 5 years. Do you think they're going to rename the trophy once Ovi retires? I'm actually very curious to see that. But, I forgot to... Nah, I don't really care about the AHL awards, to be honest. I'm just going to skim... I keep misclicking, and then the menus just take so much time. But we're going to look at the AHL awards briefly, and then I'm kind of anxious for the draft lottery, because that's when everything all goes down. So, is award to the regular season champions of the Pacific Division. 2 times in a row. Tucson Roadrunners. Pretty good there. That was the only award we got. Player award, do we have anything? Vesseline, he's going to be a really good player. But doesn't really look like it, no. So we're the best team in our division. I think we made it to the second round. Only 47 points is our leader. It's kind of sad, but okay, sim to the draft. I want a top pick in this year's draft. If we could jump off to the top 2, top 3, that would be awesome. And no! What? Okay, so we dropped to 8. That is so disappointing. We just got screwed over. Colorado got the 3rd overall pick. Rangers, Vancouver, Colorado, Detroit, Chicago, New Jersey. Yeah. We finished 8th. I don't even want to look at the draft right now. We're going to do that after. But 8th. So I guess Bettman just hates me for tanking. I don't know. But if we go over here, like, what? 1, 2, 3. We finished, that's the 4th worst team. We dropped all the way to 8th. They screwed us over so hard. We'd even, like, move down 1. I would have been fine moving down 1 slot or moving up 1 spot. No, we moved down 4 slots. That is a big rip in the chat. We're going to view the draft class. So we have the 8th overall pick now. So now we got to be more strategic with the draft picks. That is such a ripoff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Michael there. Ryan Suzuki, Raphael, Peyton Krebs. Ooh, actually, no. We're not going to look at that. We're going to look at draft boards. Because this is a new feature that was added this year, and I really like it. Projected picks. So, these are the guys that they're projecting us to pick. Raphael Loveji. He's listed as a grinder. He's really big. No weaknesses. Leadership ability, 200-foot game size and strength. We already have that center. He's supposed to be the next Jonathan Taves, though. We already have Barrett Hayden for that, so we're kind of in a tough place there. Peyton Krebs, team utilization. So he has a hard wrist shot, playmaking, offensive creativity. He doesn't seem too bad. But Victor Soderstrom, I think, is the best match for our team. No weaknesses, mobility, offensive instincts, and foot speed. He's very passionate, driven to win. We're going to add, I guess, these guys to our watch list. I mean, I guess. I don't really know. We'll just put him on there. And if you look here, watch list, yeah, there we go. So the scout rank for Krebs is 9. Sorstrom is 11, so maybe we move down in the draft again. I don't really know. What's that? Time scouted. So we've scouted him the most. Honestly, it looks like the best player, but we already have Barrett Hayden. So this kind of screws everything up. Obviously, we could move one of them to the wing, because chances are they're probably not lead face-off men. So Raphael Lavoie. Okay, so we're going to have to look at that. Thomas Harley, he is a left-handed defenseman. He is 6'4", 193. He has a hard wrist shot, quickness, and character. Balance, defensive consistency, and shot blocking. So he's not a very good defensive defenseman. He has elite potential, though, compared to Kevin Shattenkirk. We could use that on our team. Ira Slut, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. He's 5'10", he's 180 pounds. Strength, physical play, puck protection. I mean, well, I'm to our watch list, why not? And here we got Roger Keeping, who is he's 5'9", 179. He is really tiny. We have even scouted this guy, so why is he on our projected picks? That's just what the mock drafts say for us, but I don't really know it. That's kind of a risk. Hugo has what? Hugo has a 6'5", 191 frame, right-handed. You like that transition? So he's not very consistent. His passing ability kind of sucks, but he's a good leader, mobility, and foot speed. I kind of like that. He could be a good match next to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Dorian Reach. Let's see how good this guy is. 6 foot, 181. This guy just seems like a well-rounded guy, except we haven't scouted him at all. Alexander Nishkinen. No weaknesses, but he's good at mobility, offensive instincts, and defensive play. This guy looks pretty good. I'll add him to our watch list. Are there any goalies? Because I'm kind of done scouting these guys. I kind of want to see if we have any goalies projected. Boston Below. So he's 6'4", 214. His potential as a backup. Glove hand angles. So poison vision. I honestly don't mind this goalie. He did really bad, though. He was a backup in the WHL, so I don't really know how good of a pick that's going to be. No one really else I recognize. Okay, so in this draft, times scouted 4. So we scouted this guy 4 times. This guy, I'm really liking this guy, actually. Probably going to draft him, but these are the guys that we all have. We're going to look at our goal. Yeah, we definitely need goalies, but we're going to look at view draft class, because I just want to see goalies. We're going to try to take a goalie pretty early, because we need a goalie for the future. That's one of our #1 needs. So here we are, Pekka. Supposed to go 54th in the draft, so we could draft him in the second round. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these guys are looking pretty good. In the 3rd round, this guy is projected. Kari Pirinen, he's 17. This guy is definitely going to be on our watch list. Pin to watch list. We're watching this guy, definitely. So this is all for this video. We kind of got screwed over in the draft. We made a trade. We made some moves. Now this next episode is really going to deter... Oh, we need to send him to the draft. What am I doing? We're going to have to view retired players. But Zerberg retired. Kunitz, Horton. Yeah, all these guys. No goalies ever retire. Year number 2. Or year number 1, sorry. Zetterberg is going to be a scout. You know, hopefully we can make him as a scout because, you know, he was a late round draft pick. Maybe he could spot the gems easier. But next episode, we are going to start the NHL draft. And this next episode really determines the future of our team. And hopefully we scout pretty good and we bang on some draft picks. I'm probably not going to trade up. Not very realistic. But leave some comments down below on who you want me to draft. If you want me to make any trades during the draft, let me know all that down in the comment section below. Subscribe to never miss an upload. And like for me to upload the next video faster. That's all for me now. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.